Hello, my darlings. Welcome to Becoming Abundant Podcast, the space where God and growth align, hosted by Anna Maria Jinga. This is the number one movement for freedom of the mind and heart. Let's start the conversation. Hello, my darlings. Welcome to another fabulous, amazing, powerful week here on the Becoming Abundant Podcast with your host, Anna Maria Jinga. It's week 2 of the Becoming Abundant identity focused content here. It's week 2. I'm so excited to dive into today's topic because it is something that when I learned it, it made so much more sense why my physical body was the way it was because of what I was feeling in my emotional space. So today we get to talk about emotional mastery in a chaotic world, regulating yourself from the inside out. Now, both you and I know that it's very important to take care of your mind, but the mind is attached to the emotions. And whenever we have emotions not fully managed, not understood, not seen, not taken care of, our mind gets affected, but then our physical body gets affected as well. That is one of the spaces that I found the deepest freedom in when I realized that I get to take care of my emotions. I get to dictate them. I get to say yes to yes emotions and no to no emotions. And I get to manage them and I get to lead them. I get to inspire them. I get to have things, events, habits even that support certain emotions. I get to allow myself to listen to music that helps me be sad if I need to be sad and let that emotion be seen. And then move out of it into joy and gratitude and presence and peace so that I know that the emotion has been met and now my journey back to my balance is of my own doing. We, in this magical, powerful, chaotic world we live in, we forget that our main job is to manage ourselves. That's the first thing we can control. And when we are stepping into full self-leadership, when we are stepping into full self-confidence, self-empowerment, self-drive, we get to first manage our emotions. The thoughts follow, the physical presence follows, the spiritual belonging follows that. I truly believe that our emotions come first. And here's why. I was reading the other day a post about how emotions affect directly the physical body. And here are some examples of that. Fear, my favorite, absolutely favorite emotional home I lived in for over 20 years. You know that. Fear strains the adrenals and reproductive organs, draining not only energy but hormones as well. And our endocrine system is directly linked to our overall well-being. From the pituitary gland into the I will totally botch all of the endocrine names because I know them in Romanian and they do not sound the same in English, so I'm sorry. Do your own research. I'm not a doctor here. I'm a mental health advocate and identity work coach. I teach you about your mind and emotions. I will not know everything about your physical body. That's a job for your doctor if he's doing a great job. Now, from the pituitary gland into the hypothalamus, into the endocrine organs of the thyroid, of the adrenals, of the even the kidneys are directly connected to that, but that's not the endocrine system. But the thing is, all of our endocrine system glands are directly connected to our emotions. Directly. Nothing is limiting us more than allowing the emotion of fear completely affecting the endocrine system. If If you have a thyroid problem, check your fear. With that being said, another one is worry. Worry that weakens the digestion and makes nutrient absorption harder. Because of fear, worry is the next step into fear. And I can assure you that when I lived in fear, and when I lived in doubt, and when I lived in all of that chaos of darkness and the enemy having a full grasp over my life, my diet, no matter what I ate or how much or how little or whatever, I would never absorb what I needed. Even now, I find scars of that in my day-to-day activities when I'm stressed or when I'm focused on something and I leave food aside as a backup plan, not as my first go-to. The scarring of that 20 plus years living within that space of worry, doubt, and fear show up. And I feel I have days when I'm like, I literally ate all day and I feel nothing has been absorbed because of that. So it doesn't heal overnight. It doesn't heal in a day. It doesn't heal in a year. It heals with diligent, consistent awareness that if I worry, I will not be fully present and loving with my body. So worry weakens our digestion. Now, the next one, and I love this one, grief and unforgiveness. Not just grief because we're grieving something, but if we don't forgive others or ourselves, these emotions suppress the immune system. Our immune system can handle anything and everything. That's what it was created for. Our immune system is handling not only the physical toxins that are being directed to us, but also the emotional baggage. It knows how to handle a lot of emotional weight, but its job is not to constantly handle it. It needs to handle it and put it down. But if you constantly bombard it with grief and unforgiveness, if you hold on to grudges, my loves, Now, grief is also situated in the lungs directly as a connection. So when you have a lot of unforgiveness, a lot of grief, a lot of resentment to someone or something that has happened to you, make note about the physical reactions of playing and accepting your victimhood mentality as your direct identity. That in itself will cause you to not breathe well. When you're not breathing well, you're not helping the nervous system regulate itself, so you're not helping your lungs to absorb healthy oxygen to clean the immune system and help it restore itself. So it's a full circle of you're wanting to prove yourself right by being in your victimhood. It's not that the trauma didn't happen. It's that it's your job to put it down and use it as your foundation to grow from, not as your crutch to walk on. That will hinder your immune system directly, and you will constantly have health problems, mental health problems, emotional dysregulation, and spiritual disconnect. I truly believe that grief and unforgiveness is the direct cause to a lot of the autoimmune diseases that people are going through right now. Because we love to hold on to that victimhood. We love to hold on to that identity like it is our badge of honor. Because what would we be doing without it? We put it down. We become better. That's what we do. That's a topic for another subject in another episode. Yes, yes. But the other one that I want to talk about is also anger and resentment. These two together not only affect the liver, but also the pathways that help detox the body. They become inflamed. They become acidic. The liver becomes quote unquote lazy and it's not doing its job properly to release things from your immune system, from your body, from your digestion. That's when you find yourself even keeping that nice little muffin top. You know the muffin top? the fancy little muffin top that keeps your organs very safe and protected because it's trying to keep you from burning yourself from the inside out. That's the body trying to protect itself from something from the outside, but it's actually happening from the inside. Because you perceive the emotion from the outside, but it's your role of keeping the anger inside. You can put it down. You can breathe through it. You can allow it to be seen and then make peace with it instead of constantly sitting with that anger as it is your sword to fight. You do not need to fight. We're not fighting with the anger, we're fighting with the word of God. Now, my loves, the last little bit of feeling, emotion that I wanted to share is anxiety. Anxiety impacts the heart and weakens the heart. Anxiety weakens the heart's process of pumping properly. You will have hard words. You will have heart palpitations. Anxiety weakens the blood pressure. You will have either super high blood pressure because the heart will pump too fast, or the anxiety will freeze you and you will have low heart palpitations, where the blood is not fully being processed through the body and pumped through the body, so it's not reaching your extremities. So you might even see it as cold hands and feet. Breathe through it. Allow yourself to surrender all of that anxiety to the Lord so that you can put it down at the foot of the cross and leave it alone, because it is not yours to carry. Now, when we think of mastering our emotions in this chaotic world, a few things come to mind that I want to share with you. One of which is your breath. It is the direct tool that you always have available that can actually help you manage your emotions. Breathwork is one of the biggest wellness tactics that is being promoted right now as stress management, as anchoring into gratitude and self-fulfilling healthy prophecies, such as I am well. I am well to experience life to my fullest potential. Say that with me. Take a deep breath in. Let's do this exercise really quickly. I just felt it now. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And tell yourself this as you come to a steady breath. Tell yourself this: I am well to experience life to my fullest potential. Take another deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And notice how you feel. How does those 30 seconds of breathing and telling yourself a positive, self-fulfilling prophecy, how does it feel in your body? How does it feel in your mind? How does it feel in your emotions? And then, how does your energy around your body feel as spiritual presence? That in itself is a simple yet very effective nervous system reset process. I might even put a worksheet together for you guys, and I'll add it in the description box, so it's easy for you to just go through it. So it's easy for you to just have it handy. So I'll put that together for you guys. Now, the importance of mastering your emotion is you do not need to let your emotions be mastered by the world. The world is chaos. The world is pulled in a million directions. And the world is a fallen world. We have this beautiful world that God created. But it is a fallen world because of what happened in the garden. It is our job as Christians. It is our jobs as children of God, of stewards of God's mission and kingdom and purpose, to bring forth the beauty and the abundance and provision of God. But if we have a dysregulated nervous system and our emotions are all over the place, we are not being led by God's word and wisdom. We are led by this world's lack energy. Notice in your life when you're disconnected from God. Notice in your life when you're disconnected from your mission. And you're going to find yourself feeling at uneasy, at a crossroads, in spaces where you can't fully feel grounded to make a decision, to lead, to step forward, to be confident. Confidence comes also from God. Confidence is also a muscle. The more you sit in God's truth about your life, that you are blessed, that you are a child of God, that you are chosen for whatever you have been chosen for. Those three things are the cornerstone of a steady, grounded foundation where you can start knowing that you are allowed to feel peace. You are allowed to feel presence. You are allowed to feel led, to know and experience God's provision for your life. When you are truly aligned with what God needs you to do, that is when you get to master more of your emotions. You get to put the emotions of fear, of worry, of grief, of anger, of anxiety, you get to put them down. You get to leave them aside. You get to put them at the cross. You get to release them from your system and then invite gratitude, patience, love, provision, belonging, kindness. You get to invite more of the fruit of the Spirit. So, my loves, I'm curious, so please reply to me with your answers and with your insights. What is something that sparked an interest in what we talked about today? Or better yet, what is something that you feel that would have caused a stirring for you? Is it anxiety? Is it knowing that you actually have power over all of those emotions to put them down and free yourself from them? What sparked a curiosity or maybe a trigger of uncomfortableness when I spoke to you about these things? I want to hear from you. Share with me your insights. Share with me your experience so that I can also help you move forward from this space into a better, more sustained version of you. Because the more people, the more good people are free from the enemy's chains, the more good people get to make their mission happen. The more good people make their mission happen, the more we bring down God's kingdom. The more we bring down God's kingdom, the more people get to wake up. And it's a beautiful, never-ending cycle of waking up, coming to your freedom, coming to your truth, coming to your power, coming to God's provision for your life. And it's all in our hands. And it starts with this emotional mastery of regulating from the inside out. So, I will leave you with that. Digest it, let it sit with you, let it stir you. Do not limit it and its movement in your mind and in your heart. Let it stir you. Ask it what it needs to teach you. And we'll circle back in our next episode next week, my loves. I am excited to hear your answers. And until then, I love you. Stay fabulous, stay brilliant, stay grounded, stay prayed up. And remember, stay salty and bright. Bye.